do what you want, just as long as you sleep well at night, you know. But personally, I just can't.
I gotta tell you something I could do.
Hey, I'm Elma. Welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking through this video. We're gonna go in and talk about all my 2019 beauty favorites, and we're gonna do a whole full face beat, so we're just gonna jump right into it. So first things first, one thing that I really loved this year was the Caudalie Eau de Beauté. I recently discovered this. Actually, I want to say it's been maybe 3 months in my collection at this point. This stuff is amazing. This basically brightens and also smooths your complexion and gets it ready for you know, whatever makeup you're gonna put on top. I usually like applying it right after my skincare, right before my primer, and it just does something. It's kind of expensive and I hate that I love it, but you know what, I'm gonna finish this one, try something else, come back to it, but definitely really love this. Do I think that it will elongate your makeup? No, not necessarily, but it's a really nice setting mist. Not so much for setting your makeup, but maybe even in between like powders and stuff like that, this is really good as well, because it just makes everything blend seamlessly and you just look beautiful and hydrated and all that good stuff. When it comes to primer, I have to say Fenty takes the you know, just takes it home, and I really enjoyed the Pro Filter Hydrating Primer. I'm really happy that she brought out a couple more primers that are way more adequate to whatever your skin type is. I talk all about that in my hydrating versus soft matte foundation from Fenty. Just check it out in the cards and, you know, tell me what you think. We're gonna go in right away with the brows, and again, Fenty takes the lead on this one. I will have to give an honorable mention to the Urban Decay Brow Blade. So the Fenty Beauty I'm talking about is the MVP Brow. Really love this because of all the shade there is in there. This pencil is super duper fine. You can really get into, you know, creating hair-like strokes to create like a nice bushy big brow, and I find it so innovative that on the side, instead of having a spoolie, she kind of has this brush that really does blend your brow out, which is really cool in a really nice manner. But I said honorable mention, Urban Decay Brow Blade. This stuff is amazing, especially for the ink stain side. The only downside is you just have to be careful when you're pressing this back in, because unfortunately it opened up, it was pressed too far, so it kind of like ejected itself, and you see that ink stain in there. That's it, so it's dried out. But I bought a new one and I'll be more careful this time around, but definitely an honorable mention when it comes to brow products. But Fenty takes the cake. And the shade I am using right now is Soft Black. And after, to set my brows, this, I can't believe it took me so long to try, but I guess I really loved the ABH one and I just went for that anytime it finished up. But the Benefit 24-hour brow setter is so good. Oh my gosh, this is basically soap brows in a tube and in a more convenient way. It just places your brows in place and they just do not move. And the way the brush is, it really takes each hair one by one, and especially like towards the end here where my brows are a little bit more curly, it just like takes them and just sets them in place, and they do not move for the rest of the day, and my brows look really nice and defined. Actually, talking about nice and defined, I'm gonna zoom you guys in. There you go. Hello, closer. For eyes, I'll have to say ABH did it for me this year. When it comes to primer, their eye primer was hands down the best primer I tried this year. Not that I tried a lot, but when you especially want to do, you know, looks that are a bit more heavy-handed, or you just want to prime your lids and have a nice even base, This primer from ABH is really dope because it just does that. It just preps your eyelids, your eyeballs for shadow. And one thing I love with it is you don't necessarily need to set it in place with some kind of powder. This one does not need that, and it blends in enough that you don't feel like it really dries down nicely, and your shadows just blend in seamlessly whilst just giving you a great base to work with. I've never tried the P. Louise base, but I am told that it is very similar to that. I hope that for 2020 they come out with like a whole bunch of other colors, especially for deeper skin tones, because you know what, this ain't cute. You guys probably already know this by now, but for me, the palette of the year is the Jackie Aina and ABH palette. This palette did a lot of things to a lot of people, including me, and that says a lot. Like, Jackie has always been about inclusion, especially towards people of color, black women, and I just think that she did an amazing job on this one. She did not forget. Not that she ever does, but this is so very representative of her, and I'm so happy that she got to do this collaboration with ABH because they're huge when it comes to, you know, the makeup world, and the fact that she did this, freaking amazing. So it's only fair to add this to my favorites of this year because it's so pigmented. It shows up on like every single skin tone. It's so very like, it just screams, use me, I'm gonna be pigmented. What you get in the pan is what you get on your eyelids, and when you pair it with that ABH primer, not that you need to, in all honesty, but just them two together, it's magic. Color over here called Ginger, and we're just gonna apply that in the crease with this MAC 217 brush, and we're just gonna work that in. So yeah, what are your 2020 motivations? My motivation is to post way more content on YouTube because this past months I have been hella neglecting my YouTube channel. Plus rebranding. Guys, what do you think about the new banner? So I'm hoping that you guys are, you know, excited for this content as well. So it's not only gonna be beauty related because TBH, as much as I love beauty and it's always gonna be the main focus of my channel, I'm honestly tired of the makeup beauty world right now. It's so very exhausting. It's always the same thing. Brands are always bringing out new products. You barely have time to enjoy one product, and then there's like a new one, and then there's FOMO, and it's just like, no. So yeah, it's like going into, I'm not gonna be 30 yet, but you know, approaching that milestone for me has also enabled me to open my eyes to what I really want to invest my time in and money in. And I don't want to be buying makeup like all the time because a brand brought out one thing 1 second. And so my motivation as well for 2020 is not to feel guilty for not, you know, bringing out content that's the latest thing, because there's more to life than, you know, just makeup. You know what I mean? Now I'm gonna go in with the color Supreme, which is this beautiful pink, and since I have like this whole pink thing going on, I thought it would be adequate. So I'm just gonna press that into my crease and just slowly build it up. And look at that. This is what I'm talking about. Look at how pigmented and beautiful that is. Oof, I'm gonna go back in with some more. Just build that up slowly and blend. And an amazing thing with this palette is that if you're the kind of person who does your makeup face first, then the rest of like your eyes, you know, last, I suppose, they have no fallout. So it's just like freaking magical. I will always do my eyes first before my makeup because I'm a creature of habit and I find that it works best that way. But I just thought you should know that it has no fallout and it's just pigmented. We're gonna deepen the outer corner with Pinker. This is the color over here. I'm just gonna lightly apply that, just deepen that area a little bit and give it some dimension and work it into the crease area. There you go, just like that. I don't want to take away from the pink, we just want to emphasize it. You see that? Just there, just give my eye such a beautiful shape. I'm gonna do that a little bit in the front as well. And slowly build it up. And you want to leave that center bare, so you want to be very careful just to keep it in that area. There you go. I want to put one of these Zam and Soleil all up in here. But first, I think I'm gonna apply a little bit of concealer in the center. Instead of concealer, I'm actually gonna go in with the primer from ABH. And again, that's one thing I really love about this primer is like, it's also such a great product to cut your crease with. You're gonna put it behind your hand and just like tap off the excess just enough. Just tap it into it. You don't want it to be too much where you're just like messing up and you have like excess. Just want to slowly work it in. Now we're gonna go in with that color in the center, Zam. Tap that on. We're gonna go back with that pinker shade and just blend that in so it just blends seamlessly. I don't know why, but this look is giving me like Jasmine vibes, and I have the song I Can Show You the World, take you wonder by wonder. Bref, I have that song in my head, so that's what I'm singing. Okay, so now we're gonna move on to foundation. And honestly, I tried a whole bunch of foundations this year, but I have to say the one that I kept on going back to over and over and over again was the Dior Backstage foundation. My color is in 4W, and this foundation is worth the hype, guys. And I love applying it with a sponge or a brush. And as you can see, my skin is not at its best at the moment. I don't know what's going on, but this stuff just hides everything, and it just gives you like a really nice, beautiful skin that looks like skin. One thing I love about this foundation is that it has a decent shade range, so it really does cover up everybody with the right undertones as well. The coverage is medium coverage, it has a natural finish, it's in liquid form, and it suits all skin types. If you're oily skin, I don't really know how it will work, because obviously I'm not oily skin myself, but for dry skin, really love this stuff. During the summer as well, it was really nice because it just stayed on, and right now during the winter, it just gives me like nice, beautiful skin that does not feel parched or anything like that, so I'm not mad at it. And if you're new to my channel and you don't know this about me, I do like a medium coverage foundation. I don't mind it when my imperfections peek through. I'm not really a smooth canvas kind of girl. If you do have, let's say, dark circles or discolorations, I will advise that you maybe color correct prior to applying this foundation to get the most out of it. When it comes to concealer, yeah, it's doing it an extra year. For me, it's gonna be the Born This Way Multi-Sculpting Concealer is my go-to, and I'm in color Natural Beige. I think last year I said that if Tarte, Shape Tape, and Urban Decay Naked Skin had a baby, this would be your child, basically. And look at how beautiful that is. I'm just gonna, by the way, I'm using the Fenty Beauty sponge. I got it recently, and I don't know how I feel about it yet. It's an interesting shade. So for setting my under eye, for nothing to budge, I will have to say that the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter setting powder in Banana is my jam. Okay, that there is no going about it. Like, it's, plus it smells really good too, so you don't want to use a lot. You just want it to disappear to your skin. Then I put the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Loose Baking Setting Powder in Cupcake. Is a little bit pinker. What it does is it really brightens that under area. I know like yellow is meant to brighten, but like, so there's something about pink powders with tan skin that just, you'll see what I'm talking about. So I just press it into the skin especially here. And the thing is, I put that yellow banana powder prior so that way I don't have any white cast or anything going on. This is solely serving as a brightening powder for my under eye. We're gonna allow that to sit. I'm gonna zoom you back in and we're gonna finish up the eye. I have to say that my favorite liner of 2019 is the Too Faced Better Than Sex liner. It's this one. What I really love about it is especially the tip. It's kind of like a brush, really nice. It really just bends to your will, and it's really dark as well, so I love that a lot. Look at that. And the point is really fine, so you can easily just get into, you know, creating whatever lines you want without the fear of the liner like leaking, or, you know. And the felt is just like a brush, so unlike felt where sometimes it kind of you know, it creates kind of like a little ball after you use it a couple of times, like the shape stays, so you always have that really nice sharp edge to create really beautiful wing liner. Look at that. Ooh, hello, who be this? Too Faced Better Than Sex liner. Okay, second one. Wish me luck. And we're gonna just basically repeat what's going on at the top, at the bottom, minus the whole shimmer, and whilst accentuating that pinker color. So I'll be right back with that. Okay, so that is done. We're gonna go in with some eyeliner, and the liner for me that did it in 2019 has to be the ESQUIDO gel eyeliner, and it looks like this. This was kindly sent to me, but I really love it because once it's on there, it doesn't move. Also, it's easy to smudge it as well, and it's super pigmented, and your black one is really nice and black. But for this look, I'm gonna use the brown one because I don't want it to be too dark under. Like, I don't want to close off the look, you know what I mean? Mascara for 2019 was the Bad Gal Bang from Benefit. Really love this mascara. My mom also really loves this mascara, which is really interesting as well because we have the same kind of lashes, and it just really elongates the lashes whilst giving it some volume as well without clumping them. So I really love this mascara, and also it's a really good one for before applying lashes because it really does separate your lashes and really preps them for, you know, I kind of like mixed up the steps, so we're going to go into like cream contouring, and it doesn't matter because the beauty of this product actually is that you can also apply it on top of like powders, and it just really blends into the skin without lifting anything up. And that is the Huda Beauty Tantour, and this is in medium. We're just gonna go into it. You need a little, and it just like, oh, it's so pretty, honestly, so pretty. Plus I really love the color of it because it's warm enough that, you know, I don't look hella ashy, because you know there's a difference between bronzing and contouring. Contouring, you're creating, you know, shadows. Bronzing, you're applying warmth to where the sun basically heats your face. So usually when you're going for a contour, you don't want it to be too warm unless it's gonna be hella warm once you know, add your bronzer, right? Whilst, you know, your contour, you want it to be a little bit cooler so it creates more shadows. And this, to me, it's like so perfect in color. Reminds me a lot of last year's favorite Charlotte Tilbury contour wand. Same kind of color, same kind of concept as well. It just blends into the skin without, you know, lifting anything up, and it's just like so nice. Like, I really love it. So the lashes that really rocked my world the whole of 2019 are from the brand OP Lashes from OP Hair, and it's actually a Montreal based brand. I know her personally. She's actually a friend. She also does wigs, like customized wigs, makes wigs, like it's freaking amazing. But you really have to check them out, and this is in the style Bloom. I don't know how many times I wore these lashes, but they are as long lasting as any mink lash out there, and they are not expensive at all. Like, we're not talking about like $30 lashes. We're talking more around the lines of like $15 or $10, depending on like if there's a sale going on, and they last super duper long, and they just are so beautiful and wispy. Oh, it's just hands down favorite lashes of 2019. 2019. So I have to say that when it comes to blush, the Kaja stamps are what really made my year. I really love these because it comes like with a little stampy thing. You can also go in with just your fingers. It's really cute. I think it's a Korean brand. And then over here you have a cushion liquid blush. I really like to use the stamp, and then I stamp it onto my cheeks. Just blend that out. So moving on to bronzer, and my favorite bronzer, I think it comes with no surprise, but like I don't really stray away from my bronzers. I don't think I even bought any new bronzer this year, but the one I kept on going for is the Ambient Radiant Bronze Light by Hourglass. And really love this bronzer because it is really pigmented but not in an overpowering way, and it really looks like you've just been in the sun. It catches the light. It's not like a total matte bronzer, and it just adds warmth to your face, and you just basically look like you've been in the sun just doing your thing. And now for highlighter, which is my favorite part of like doing my makeup in all honesty, and the one that takes the cake for me is gonna have to be the Milk Makeup Flex highlighters. So this is Blitz and this is Lit. They are so pretty, super duper pigmented. For this look, actually, I'm gonna go in with Blitz because it has a little pinky undertones, which is really gonna tying nicely with this look. Look at that. It just like catches the light. Yes. So last but definitely not least, lips. I have to say that my favorite lip product, it goes without saying, is the MAC lip pencil in Cork. This is the perfect lip pencil for any nude or pink or whatever lipstick that I need. It's the perfect way for me to blend whatever, you know, really super light beige on my lips that it looks beautiful. So this is definitely a staple. And you know, I know MAC is not popping like it used to. Yes, they're now in Sephora, and like that was like a huge thing, but there's nothing really they bring out that I'm like, ah, yay, MAC something. But when it comes to their staples, and for me it's like lip liner, Fix Plus, unbeatable. But Cork is where it's at for me, and it's like my favorite. If you have any other lip pencil recommendations for me, drop them below, please. And if you're still here watching this video, be sure to click that subscribe button and that notification bell so you're notified when I have new videos, because if you're gonna stay till I do the lips, you might as well stay to see what next, you know, is coming up. You know, just saying, just start 2020 right with me, you know. And this is what I do to fool people into thinking I got my lips done, but it's just overlining, for real, for real. Well, I already do have generous lips. Let's not, you know, let's not play games. But you know, they're even more. For me, my favorite lipstick of the year 2019 is going to be Pillow Talk by Charlotte Tilbury. I have used this. I'm gonna get another one. This is definitely my staple go-to color of ever, all the time. The formula is amazing, the pigmentation is great, the packaging, it just feels like super luxe. I always like these kinds of colors anyways, and it's not really matte, it's more of like I guess a soft matte. And this color Pillow Talk, just, it's like my lips but better. That is so pretty. But we're not done, because favorite gloss of 2019 is most definitely the Marc Jacobs Enamored Hydrating Lip Gloss, and this is in the color Sugar. This gloss just basically make your lips look humongous. There's no tingling sensation or anything like, let's say, like the Buxom ones, but because of how the shimmers just catch the light, you'll see what I mean. You see that? Oof. Yo, look at my lip. It looks like I got something done, right? But no. Are we done? Oh no! Before I forget. Because I always forget. Setting spray to set everything in place. You guys, honestly, I'm a creature of habit. When it works, okay? I know brands bring out things every time, right, left, and center, and maybe I'm missing out on something, but I don't feel that way because I have all of what I need here. And I saw that they're bringing out a whole bunch of other setting sprays for like mattifying and stuff like that. I don't know if I'll try them because I'm dry skin, obviously, but the original all-nighter setting spray by Urban Decay just works for me. It's perfect. You can do whatever you want and your makeup is still gonna be there. It's not gonna move, and it's freaking amazing. And it has no smell or anything that's like overpowering. So So there you have it. Those were my 2019 favorites. I do hope you enjoyed this video. I know I didn't do any favorites throughout the whole year of 2019, but I like to just, you know, close it up with a little bow so you know what I truly like, because all these products, obviously I've used them over time. Tell me what were your 2019 favorites. Comment below. If you're comment shy, you know what to do. Slide into my DMs on Instagram at ELROSADDICTION, and I will see you in my next one. Until then, if you don't want to, you know, if you miss me already and you want to watch other videos that I have, be sure to check them out. They're somewhere here on the screen, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!